shakalaka. There is a lot of speculation going on right now as to whether Bitcoin price is going up or whether the price is going down. And there's a lot of noise out there. Today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 3 of the top websites for on-chain metrics to see if we can take a look at Bitcoin and determine where the price is going based on on-chain metrics alone. You definitely want to stay tuned. What's up everyone, Randall here from Crypto Love. Today's video, we're taking a look at the best on-chain metric websites and the best charts on those websites to see if we can determine where Bitcoin price is going, because there's a lot of noise out there, but we can try and get the signal from the noise. Before we get into it, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, click the notification bell. Come join us over on Twitter at the Crypto Love. Now, to begin with, the 3 websites we're taking a look at, one would be checkonchain.com. The next would be lookintobitcoin.com, and the last would be charts.woobull.com. Now, we're going to be looking at various charts from all of these and then seeing what we can glean from looking at the charts. Like, let's say we just take a look at these Bitcoin charts for the first time today without knowing the history, without knowing the fear or the FUD or whatever's going on right now. What can we glean from these charts? And I hope you join me for this little exploration we do. So we'll begin with checkonchain.com. To begin with, we have the Bitcoin Magic Lines full history. This takes a look at a lot of different lines here along the Bitcoin chart. We have the Mayer multiple, we have the 128-week moving average, the 200-week moving average, and a few other different moving averages, realized prices, and Bitcoin prices. Now, as you can see, Bitcoin prices sitting on the 128-week moving average. It's below some moving averages, above some moving averages and realized prices. However, if we take a look down here into the summary area, we can see that when it's in green, Bitcoin is a buy or a strong buy. Right now, we are sitting just above strong buy territory. When it's in the red, it's sell or strong sell territory. Now, if we go and we take a look back at times when previously when Bitcoin was in this green territory, this was a great buy indicator. Now, whatever's going on in the world, whatever's going on with the recession, with politics and everything like that, if we take a look at this chart and just forget about the rest of that noise out there, we can see that despite that, now is a good time to buy Bitcoin. If we take a look at the Bitcoin investor tool at the 730-day moving average, we can see that when it is pink, this is accumulation territory. When it's blue, it is market top territory. You can see here, would have been a great time to sell when it was above that blue line. Or when we're underneath this pink line, great time to buy. Well, once again, we are underneath this pink line. Again, signaling, great time to buy Bitcoin despite what's going on in the rest of the world. But then we take a look at the fear and greed index. Now, this is an interesting chart because people are very, very fearful when the price is low and they're very, very greedy when the price is high. Now, if you take a look with me here, previously, you take a look at this down here, the fear and greed index, and you just draw a little line from this top back here in June of 2019 to this top in February 2020, you make a line, you connect it. When it broke through right around here, guess what? That was the exact launching point for Bitcoin price taking off. Now, if you follow me to where we are today, take a look at this top here, November of 2021, this top March of 2022, draw a line. Guess what? In the next few months, we might have another popping off point of Bitcoin price based on this index if it did what it did previously. So those are the charts that we're taking a look at from checkonchain.com. Now let's go to lookintobitcoin.com. First, Bitcoin Investor Tool 2-year MA multiplier. If you just use this, you'll be doing fantastic. Anytime it's under the green line, you buy. Over the red line, sell. Guess what? We're under the green. Buy. Simple. Now the 200-week moving average heat map. This one isn't particularly useful because of all the time that we are in blue in Bitcoin's price history. Now, if you were buying the whole entire time in blue, yeah, I mean, that's good, but it doesn't really tell us much about the bottom. It tells us much more about the tops. Like anytime Bitcoin price is not in the blue, you might want to consider selling. So right now we're in the blue, decent buying opportunity, but it's better used for when to sell. Which brings us to the next one, the stock to flow model. This is interesting because this is one for many years that was touted as one of the best predictors for Bitcoin price. This was talking about $100,000 Bitcoin based on the model. And if we take a look at it right now, we can see the distance of the stock to flow model from the actual Bitcoin price. The distance is the greatest the variance is the greatest that it has ever been in Bitcoin's history. Now, we might be breaking away from the stock to flow model in terms of Bitcoin, or this could give us the biggest opportunity out there to make an absolute killing when it comes to Bitcoin price. So you kind of have to decide for yourself what that means for you. Next one is Bitcoin profitable days. Now looking at this, 87.3% of the days that had you have bought Bitcoin, you would be profitable. Basically, if you bought any time before December of 2020, you would be in profit. If you didn't, you're at a loss. So if you are at a loss, I'm sorry. It sucks. Just hodl. Now, this is another fear and greed index chart. And I like this one because it's more colorful. And you can see here that the redder that we get, the closer we are to a bottom. The greener that we get, the closer we are to a top. So right now, based on this would suggest that we were very, very close to a bottom, because the last times it was as red as it is right now in the single digits in fear and greed index, those were bottoms. So based on this one, that would be suggesting bottom. Next one is the Bitcoin price prediction that updates daily price forecast tools. We can see here, there's a whole bunch of different lines here. There's the CVDD, there's a top cap, delta top, balance price, and terminal price. Now, as of right now, Bitcoin is underneath pretty much all of them except for these bottom two, the CVDD, and then also the balanced price. But those are just about where Bitcoin price is anyways. Those are roughly about $16,000 to $17,000. So based on that, and based how Bitcoin has never really broken below those lines, that would suggest we don't have too much further down to go. But if we start heading up, we could be headed somewhere from $100,000 to $243,000 per Bitcoin if it hits these lines, as it has done previously. So those are all the charts for lookintobitcoin.com. Now we'll take a look at Woobull charts. So the first one, and these charts, I gotta be honest, are a little bit depressing, but I just wanted to give you a nice variance of charts so you could see it for yourself. So first is the Bitcoin market cap gain per dollar invested. Maybe it's better if we do it that way. There we go. So if we take a look at this one, we can see that basically if you put $1 into Bitcoin, how much does it actually make the price go up? We're pretty close to the bottom. There were times when you could put $1 in a Bitcoin and make the price go up almost $4. Now you put $1 in a Bitcoin, it makes the price go up $2. So is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? I'll leave that up to you. The next one is Bitcoin risk-adjusted returns versus other assets. This one is the most depressing chart that I'll just show you today. So, cry it all out right now because we have a good chart coming up next. So this one here, we can see that historically, Bitcoin was doing amazing versus other asset classes. Even up until the beginning to middle of 2022, Bitcoin was doing phenomenal against other asset classes in terms of the amount of risk you had to put out to earn returns. Right here you could see Bitcoin at 3.2. The next closest one was stocks, which was 1.74, which is basically like Bitcoin was doing twice as good as stocks. Now you can see they're all grouped very, very closely together. Bitcoin just sitting above gold, stocks, and then we have U.S. real estate, emerging currencies, and bonds underneath that. So it's getting very, very close right there. I'm wondering if these will split apart in the future, or if Bitcoin is just getting to be pretty much like every other asset class out there. Which brings us to the last chart, Bitcoin price models, because everybody wants to know what's the price for Bitcoin. And if we take a look at these Bitcoin price models, these have been very, very accurate at predicting the top, also very, very accurate at predicting the bottoms. Previously, historically, Bitcoin has rested on the CVDD in the previous bear markets. This is the coin value days destroyed. The purple line right here. We can see right now that purple line is roughly about $16,000. So there is possibility for a little bit of downward movement in this bear market still. But I do want you to see the other side of this, because it has pretty accurately predicted the top, with the exception of the most recent top in 2021 where we got wicked off. Well, the top right now is $250,000. So while we may have 3,000 down to go, we could also have 230,000 up to go. So that's all for today's video. Like I said, just enjoying it. Try to leave you guys with a happy ending so you're not completely depressed about the risk-adjusted returns and also the market cap gain per dollar invested. But I think by taking a look at these charts and forgetting about the overall narrative that's going on, because you have to remember that narrative is dictated by people who own the financial markets and basically want to steal all your money and your Bitcoin. Well, if you take a look at just the charts and figure out what's really going on, it gives you a much better idea as to what to do with your Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Thank you all for watching. I'll catch you guys later. Have a good one. Love you.